And when you find it necessary to wear a shirt to let me know that I rock, am I supposed to say thank you? The Indiana Fever had a game against the Minnesota Lynx on Sunday. I did a live during the game. Some of you were with me. We had a blast, but we were also kind of nervous, right? It was back and forth. And I said, listen, we need to pull away, because if the game is close at the end, it's going to come down to coaching. It's going to be Coach Christy Sides versus Coach Cheryl Reeve. And that's not a situation anybody who's been watching the coaching during this season, the coaching of the Indiana Fever, wants to see. So we were just like, come on, we got to pull away, because otherwise it's going to come down to coaching. In any case, the Indiana Fever managed to get the win. Cheryl Reeve, to refresh your memory, this is, of course, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, but also the head coach of USA Basketball. Therefore, this is the coach who I'm sure had a whole lot to do with who was chosen and not chosen for the USA Olympic team. And we know Caitlin Clark was not chosen. This is the coach also who said early on, I believe it was preseason even, little salty about the attention Caitlin Clark was receiving. And she said, there is more than just one team. Basically, there is more than just one player. Again, salty, had an attitude, chip on her shoulder. Well, it didn't stop in the preseason, okay? And it didn't stop, obviously, with her decision not to capitalize on Caitlin Clark's skill and the eyeballs that Caitlin Clark would bring to the Olympic team if she were on the Olympic team. Before the game on Sunday, a reporter asked her about the crowd, stating that there would be a lot of fans of Caitlin Clark in the building in Minnesota. Her response
to the home team, there's going to be a lot of people cheering for that other side.
I'll get two shits.
How about one?
Not even one shit.
He didn't even have an opportunity to finish the question. She made it clear. I don't give two, I'll just say dookies. I don't give two dookies about the crowd, about the pro Indiana Fever, pro Caitlin Clark crowd. And he said, what about one? Well, she don't give one dookie either. Listen, this is just classless, okay? She obviously doesn't care for Caitlin Clark. She already had a problem early on with the attention Caitlin Clark was receiving. And when asked a valid question by a reporter, she shuts him down and she says, I don't give two dumps about it. This is classless. Why? Because you want your league to grow. To do that, you need to appreciate the fans. Even the fans in the house who aren't wearing a Lynx jersey. What would have made sense would be to say, yeah, we expect the house to be full, and we recognize that there will be a fair amount of people who are Caitlin Clark fans, Indiana Fever fans. I expect to see a lot of Indiana jerseys in the house. We welcome everybody. It's going to be electric, which is wonderful for the league. We also take joy in knowing that a large percentage of those people, most of those people, are here to see the Minnesota Lynx. And so we expect to feed off of that energy, and it's going to be a good game, and it's going to be good for the league. So yeah, we welcome it. That would be the classy thing to say. Who says we don't give, whatever about fans who are paying their money, who are coming, who are supporting the league, a league that hasn't gotten the gravity it's wanted to get or the paychecks it's wanted to get for nearly 30 years. Yeah, you know, we don't care. That whole gruff kind of attitude, it's not attractive, it's not appealing, and frankly, it's unwise. Then she ended up losing the game and getting a little bit of a stare down, some people think, from Caitlin Clark when the crowd was going wild for those Indiana Fever fans she didn't give two you-know-whats about. So let's take a look at this. This is, I've heard many people say that Caitlin Clark was staring down this coach, Cheryl Reeve. Number one, this is the coach who left her off the team. This is the coach who whines because of the attention she gets. And this is the one who doesn't give two or one dookies about the fans there to see Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever.
Clark with the rebound, she's fouled, and Clark gives a round of applause to all the fans in this building who have come out to cheer her and the Fever. There's her mom.
Listen, let's run that back. If they didn't tell you, you would have no idea that this was a Minnesota Lynx home court game. Listen to that crowd, and Caitlin is pumping them up, and notice where her eyes are. She's staring in somebody's direction, apparently. And it was also good to see her parents in the stands, although, you know, we've heard before media whining about her parents being shown on the screen. Listen to this crowd again. Look at that stare down. She's clapping, and there's that look. There's that look, looking right over in that direction, right over where the coach is, and pumping the crowd up even more. So, yeah, if that is right, and she was giving a stare down, she was sending a message to Cheryl Reeve. I'm not going to pretend, however, that Caitlin Clark had the game of her life, because she did not have the game of her life. In fact, she had a rather tough game until the fourth quarter. But you know what they say, it's not how much you score, it's when you score. And great players show up when it matters. And Caitlin Clark went off in the fourth quarter. So let's take a look at what she did in the fourth quarter. First of all, Indiana Fever ended up pulling away and winning this game 81-74. There were so many lead changes in this game and ties in this game. And so let's see what Caitlin did in the fourth quarter. 10 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 ankle breaker. I'll get to that in a little bit. 10 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 ankle breaker in the fourth quarter, okay? And that's what we call a bad game, okay? So she ended up with 17 points and 6 assists and 3 rebounds in this game. That's a bad game for Caitlin Clark, but 10 of those 17 points came in the fourth quarter. We'll take the win. But now let's take a look at that ankle breaker in the fourth quarter. Good stuff. For those who wonder, other than shooting threes, what does Caitlin Clark bring to the table? Well, sometimes she brings people to the floor. Let's take a look.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Mom and Dad like it.
Beside herself in celebration down on the Fever side.
The crowd likes it. Here it is again. Look at that. Let's go back. Let's go back. CC comes off the dribble. Let's back that up. Ankle breaker. Here she comes. Got the ball in the left. Boom. Crosses over. Comes back to the right. Look at that. Number 6 just hits the floor. And then what does Caitlin do? All the way to the hole. So, and the crowd. That crowd that Coach Reeve cares nothing about, not even 2 or 1 you-know-whats, is loud.
Uh-oh.
Woo! And mom and dad like it too.
Celebration down on the fever side.
Oh, okay. What else does she bring to the table? There you have it. Now, I want us to look at Coach Reeve's attire for the game. So, as you can see, Coach Reeve of Minnesota is wearing a Black Girls Rock t-shirt. We were talking about this quite a bit in my chat. Black Girls Rock shirt. Okay, Adrienne, what's up with that? What are your thoughts about that? I'm going to tell you my thoughts. You can agree or disagree with my thoughts. I see huge pandering, and I'm never a fan of pandering. Why is it necessary for Coach Reeve to adorn herself in a Black Girls Rock t-shirt? First of all, if someone had come in with a White Girls Rock t-shirt, imagine if, as you know, they always want to show the girls in their fits, as they call them, coming into the game. Imagine if Caitlin Clark or Lexi Hall or even Christy Sides or Caitlin's parents came in with a shirt that says White Girls Rock. Can we be honest? People would be offended. People would be saying racism, racism, racism. But here you have Reeve, Coach Reeve, coming in to coach with a Black Girls Rock t-shirt. Here's my number one problem. Obviously, Black girls rock, just as obviously white girls rock, just as Chinese girls rock, just as fill in the blank rocks. We are God's creation. We all rock, okay? And when you find it necessary to wear a shirt to let me know that I rock, am I supposed to say thank you? Am I supposed to say, had you not told me I rock, had you not told me I matter, would I not know? And just to get deeper, really, I find it its own unique kind of racism or race baiting, if you will, or racial arrogance. That might be the best word. There's a certain arrogance about you when you feel, as a white woman, that I need you to tell me that I rock, that I need you to tell me that I matter. I already know I matter. That's my whole thing too with the Black Lives Matter, not to even mention the origin of that, which is Marxist and anti-Christian. But beside all that, just the whole Black Lives Matter thing to me is a problem. Number one, because everybody matters. We're all created in the image of God. Number two, people who know they matter don't go around announcing that they matter. They just matter. They just go about mattering. They don't need to announce that they matter. To me, the ultimate sign of insecurity is when you holler, I matter, I matter, I matter, I rock, I rock. And to me, the ultimate sign of arrogance and superiority complex is when you feel that you have to tell other people that they matter, as if, had you not told us, we would not know. We all know. We all matter. Black girls rock, white girls rock, Black men rock, everybody rocks and everybody matters. We were created in the image of God. So cut out the pandering. So cut out trying to prove that you're not racist. This league is all about that, really, which is, again, why there was talk and even white people writing that Caitlin Clark and other white people should not be the face of the league because it's all about the Black people. That's what they're pushing. And they're stroking people and pandering to people and trying to make people feel good. We don't need you to make us feel good. What we need is to know who we are in Christ, how God has created us in his image. So I have a problem with that. There's all kinds of wrong with the t-shirt. But bigger than that, it's the mindset behind the t-shirt that caused you to put the t-shirt on to begin with. But I got to agree with Cheryl Reeve because she found out in that game just how much the black girls on the Indiana Fever were able to rock her team. So when you look at those stats, since she wants to point out the black girls, I'll do the same and I'll point out the black girls. Nalissa Smith had 11 points, black girl. 11 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston, big game for Aaliyah Boston, one of the black girls who rocked the Minnesota Lynx with 17 points, 4 block shots, 2 assists, 16 rebounds. Come on. That's Aaliyah Boston. That's AB rocking. 17 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists along with that, and 4 blocks. Okay, another black girl who rocks, Cheryl Reeve would like you to know, is Kelsey Mitchell. She had 21 points. She even had a block shot. She had 1 steal. She had 3 assists. And y'all know, Kelsey don't be trying to pass the ball. She had 3 assists and 4 rebounds. That is another black girl, Cheryl Reeve, that didn't need you to tell her that she rocks. But here's a bulletin for Cheryl Reeve. Not only do black girls rock, but white girls rock too. Remember, we're all in this together because we're created in the image of God. And when you're not pandering, you can recognize that some white girls rock. Caitlin Clark, the one you said isn't the only player and her team is not the only team, Cheryl Reeve. Nope, she didn't have a great game for all 4 quarters, but she rocked it out. White girl, mind you, in the 4th quarter. She ended up with 17 points. She ended up with 6 assists. She ended up with 3 rebounds. She ended up with 2 steals. She ended up being the one to run away with it to cause Cheryl Reeve's team to lose. So you see, Cheryl Reeve, it's not just black girls who rock. White girls do some rocking too. Black and white, just as black and white on your team, Cheryl Reeve, should be rocking as well. We need to cut out the pandering. We need to cut out trying to tell people what their place is. We need to stop thinking that if you don't tell me I matter, then my goodness, I must not matter. Let's play basketball. Let's appreciate everybody. And so kudos to the Indiana Fever for rocking on the basketball court and winning this game. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. We are growing. And for those who have been in the chats asking me about Super Chat and all that, I finally got going with Super Chat. So I've got Super Chat, Super Thanks, the Super Stickers, all the good stuff, and more to come. So subscribe to the channel, please. Share with other people. If you'd like to donate, the information is there for you, Cash App as well as Venmo. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. Appreciate you. God bless you abundantly.